I'm Cameron.
I'm AJ.
I'm Erik.
I'm Rolo.
I'm Blake.
I'm Cooksey.
And we're keeping it legal here. Just under 8 seconds.
7.8.
7.8. All right. We're opinionated gamers, as hopefully you know by now. If you're new, welcome. There's 6 of us. We got a wheel full of topics about video. A wheel full of topics and a soundboard now that we have a lot of fun with. Apparently, that's malfunctioning.
That Erik has a lot of fun with.
Yeah, it's way fun. And we got a wheel. We got topics. We like to argue. And
Rolo was giving Erik a death look.
So
you're gonna die in your
sleep. We're gonna talk about games. I might. But it's going to be of a heart attack. Nothing else, because that McDonald's that I ate. All right, here we go. So, we're going to start, before we spin the wheel, we introduced this last podcast. If you didn't listen to last podcast, go back and listen to it, because it was good. It
was dang good.
We introduced this last time. We have started our own VGcritic. GBA, Global Battle Association, or right? Is that what it is?
Not Game Boy Advance.
So, we've started our own league of battling, basically.
Yep. It's going to be legendary.
We've created teams. We had our draft. We're just going to introduce this a little bit more, give you a little bit more information. We still don't know when the season's going to start. We're still in preseason mode, but we're looking for a start time, so we'll post that to the website soon. But Cooksey, explain teams and what we're thinking and how this is all going to break down and work a little bit more.
Okay, so the way I was kind of looking at it is we were each week going to have one battle, one matchup. It's going to be with one another. We'll have to put together, or I'll put together something, and I'll post the schedule to VGcritic.com. And then what we'll do is each week we'll battle one person. Point formatting will go win 2 points, tie 1 point, lose 0 points. If you're wondering how you tie, one situation that you may want to tie is if you're on your last Pokemon and you're going to lose and you use Explosion or Self-Destruct just to fish for that tie, you're basically just fishing for an extra point. I like that idea, and we've talked about that between some of us, and I think that's the best way to do it, and it makes tying possible.
Plus, we all know that soccer is the best sport in the world, so using their scoring system is the best idea possible.
Sure.
I'm the only one who How am I in a room with 6 people and I'm the only one that really likes sports?
Man, I wonder why. Soccer must be so good.
It's the #1 sport in the world.
I played FIFA. I was lucky to get a goal.
That's
it was the most no. It was the most exciting moment of that whole game. I was over Xbox.
So much fun.
I was over Xbox Live with AJ, and AJ just hears me go, yeah!
That's why soccer is the best sport in the world. Because this was a video gaming podcast, or wasn't a video gaming week.
If this was a video gaming podcast, how about that? Totally is.
Not exclusively. We talked about Monopoly and Risk last week.
That's true.
A game,
but
though.
That's a goal.
Technically,
a goal means so much more in soccer than it does in any other sport.
Technically, we're just opinionated gamers, and soccer is a game.
I don't know, hockey.
Soccer would be high scoring too if we gave 7 points every time somebody did something. Football.
It is football.
It's
American football. But
in Canada, it's called gridlock. How cool is that?
That's
way cool.
That's pretty cool.
In Australia, they use an oval-shaped field.
Yeah, it's Aussie rules football.
Yeah, Aussie rules is sweet.
I said we were playing a game and we were going through listing sports, and I said football and then Aussie rules football, and I got crapped on. They're like, no, it's the same sport, and I'm like, no, it's not.
It's not.
No,
and
very different.
I lost that game because I said Aussie rules football.
Mm-hmm.
AJ was there and he made me lose.
I remember that.
I watched rugby sevens the other day. That was fun. So we're gonna have a draft. We're gonna do sports. It's gonna be very sport-esque, but with nerds.
Yeah.
So and pokey nerds. So
we got our draft. We each got 13 of the 85 Pokemon on the list. That doesn't work out.
My primate is gonna kick all your butts. So I'm just.
Wait, so how many were left on the list?
Left on the list, what, 6?
I don't know.
But they were megas.
They were all megas.
There were 6 megas that weren't used.
Right.
We had the option of 12 megas and then 18 in each tier.
Why didn't we just each pick 2 megas?
There was 18 in each tier, because...
Anyway.
18 in each tier and 12 megas, but only 1 mega, because standard, it's only 1 mega per team.
That's fine.
So
I'm just saying I'm going to win. Actually, I think we all know who's going to win, but still.
Not me. There's actually 7 left.
Blake's going down.
7 left.
We're all going to gang up on Blake. And
Why would you say that?
Because
Now he knows.
I
the
have
plan.
strategies against at least 3 of you already.
So nobody has a strategy against me because nobody knows what the hell I'm doing.
Wow!
So that's keep your eyes peeled for the VGcritic Global Battle Association.
I thought we were going to go over it, but all right.
We've only got like screw you.
Wow.
All right. Let's go a little bit into before we get started
Man, that
again.
topic was like useless.
And
We literally said what we said in the last podcast, and that was it.
then go over it.
Cam,
I'm
what,
trying to keep us on time here. You don't know how stressful a job this is, dealing with you 5 idiots.
It's been 6 minutes.
Yeah, and we got to be done.
We have at least 10 minutes for 3 other topics. Because that'll put us at 25 minutes.
Yeah.
You realize that 6 plus 10.
Cooksey.
Cam,
He wants you to go into it more. So why don't you go into it more? Because he's clearly not going to let me do what I want to do.
each of us is different. So, Cam, what was your draft strategy?
It was available.
AJ, what was your draft strategy?
Well, when I drafted my first 2 picks, I went based off of favorites. And then after that, each 2 picks after that was, okay, what counters that? And then what hard counters, whatever they could counter with that.
Oh, good for you!
At least it's smart.
Hey, Eric, what was yours? Because it's my favorite. Your draft strategy by far is my favorite.
Just pick whatever Cam wanted before he could get it.
Because, as Cooksey said, we did it based on we did our draft picks based on Pokemon experience. So we went Rolo, AJ, Eric, then me. So I would say I want this Pokemon, and then Eric would be like, "Nah, I got it."
Well, why would you say that?
Why would you say it out loud?
I didn't ever say it out loud. I would even think it. I just think it. And
It's
then
like when I
I'd be
jumped
okay,
for the
Eric took it.
lantern and Eric took it. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
you
want
jumped for the
and I'm
lantern,
like, crap,
and then it was Eric's
Eric's
turn.
Take whatever anybody else had mentioned.
Yeah.
was basically
There's
my
probably
strategy.
something good about it if somebody
If
wants
somebody
it.
had said it out loud, I was
Except
going to take
Embor.
it.
Except for Embor, but Eric ended up with that one too.
That was like the only one available in that category.
It
I
was.
think, and I was like,
Last
yeah,
one of
well,
the
I
tier.
might as well take it.
You have to take it.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, Rolo, did you have much strategy?
No.
Picking by names?
Blake, what was your strategy so we can
Well,
analyze it?
The very first Pokemon I picked was Mega Charizard Y. And I was like, let's go Sun Team right now.
I'm going Rain Team. That's what I have as a. I'm just kidding.
I
It doesn't have
like
any
that.
one good.
I don't have any good like typing strategy or anything. You went Sun Team?
Well, yeah, the first couple I picked were for Sun Team, but then I also picked Pokemon I know were good and I could use well. Like Galvantula.
Which I am so mad that you got.
Looking at my team, I realize I have 0 typing here.
Zero typing?
I got like a Pidgeot, a Feraligatr, a Nidoking, an Entei.
You didn't repeat a single type there.
Nope.
An Azumarill,
Okay.
Okay.
Doug Trio.
Okay, there's a repeat.
Go, Cooksey.
Um,
What was your strategy?
I had a really good strategy initially, and I started, but Cam, his second pick was the one
My
that was like-
Feraligatr.
No, the Azumarill.
Oh, okay.
Was central to my entire team strategy. So then I'm like, okay, I have one of those, so I'll take it. Or I want one of those, or I've been meaning to train up one of these. So I kind of was just doing it so that I had a reason to train up stuff that I never would. Like, I'd never train up
You're like,
Lucy, but I
I've
started
never
last
had a
time.
reason to train this Pokemon, so I'll just use it.
Pretty much. Amoonguss, I mean, it's a good Pokemon.
I like how we all went based off fun and Blake went off strategy.
All right, are we done with this topic?
Yeah.
Satisfied?
I mean, we were planning on going 10 minutes, so.
Are you happy?
I
Good.
hope
All right,
you're
moving on.
happy.
Coming up as well. Coming up in the near future as well is the March Madness Pokemon bracket predictions. So basically, we've been sitting here, we've been waiting for March Madness to start. We've been paying attention to the draft or the prediction boards, prediction boards on all of the different sports sites, ESPN, CBS Sports, to get our teams an idea of who's going to be in the tournament. And we've gone through and picked Pokemon based off their mascots for them. I know one that we picked, the University of Utah. They're the Utes, and so we've assigned them
Zatu.
who,
Let's be honest.
let's be honest,
Native
Utes
American.
is a Native American tribe. He looks like a Native American Pokemon, so it makes perfect sense.
And then we have AJ.
And so then
Our Native American person.
So we've gone through, we've assigned them based on who we kind of know who's going to make the tournament and kind of predicting who's going to make the tournament, and assigned them a Pokemon. We've also got some repeats because there's like 9 billion Wildcat schools in the whole. It's ridiculous. Come up with a creative mascot.
Yeah.
But anyway, so sometimes we'll see repeats or shinies in there or ones with different abilities than others. And then we've kind of scaled them based on their ranking. So, the number 1 seeds have an advantage slightly over number 16 seed.
Slightly over 16, more than slightly on 16, but
Yeah, but
like slightly
we've
more
tried
than
to keep them. We've tried to keep them close together, so it will be a semi-fair matchup.
they're all within like 2 tiers of one another.
Yeah.
So
And we're going to use this to predict the tournament bracket and see how we did.
and I think it's looking good.
I think it's going to be fun.
Whether or
So,
not we're right.
Pay attention to that. We'll do that all the way through March Madness. We'll do new predictions after every round as the bracket changes. We'll stick with our original one, and then we'll do new predictions as we go through. We're all submitting our own bracket as well to see which one of us is going to do the best at just predicting the NCAA tournament bracket. Because if you didn't have an office pool, it's no fun at all. So
Yeah.
we'll do one anyway. And half these guys don't even pay attention to sports, so I'm hoping me and Cooksey win.
What do you mean by half? You two do. Does our boss pay attention to sports? Is he getting in on this?
I'll make him get in on it. I don't even know if he pays attention, but he'll.
Blake participates every year.
Oh yeah,
Blake does do
I
it
won
right
last
every
year, guys. I won one last year.
hate the people who don't care about sports win. It pisses me off. All right, so
Not as bad as parkour in Minecraft does to Rolo, apparently. Rolo be gaming YouTube.
well, there'll be a lot more Minecraft videos coming up there
Hopefully,
with us on there as well.
Yeah.
So check that out.
There's a video up there with us on there right now.
So go check that out. All right, we ready to spin the wheel?
Sure.
We
Yeah,
got some
spin the
topics.
wheel.
We got a wheel. Let's spin it and see what's going on. Three! All right, guys, we got a really serious topic here. Where do you go to get your video game info?
VGcritic.com.
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 VGcritic. Bulbapedia.
Guys!
I think I might.
I choose Cerebi over Bulbapedia.
I also choose Cerebi over Bulbapedia.
All
I go
right.
VGcritic.
I'm on Bulbapedia right now, guys.
But where do you go
VGcritic.
for the best news about video games?
VGcritic.
Yeah.
VGcritic.com. All right, that was an easy topic.
Next
Here we go.
one, let's go.
Shameless plug. Here we go.
We gotta pay the bills somehow.
11! Okay, so the new 3DS has been launched.
Yes, it
And
has.
hopefully, not all of us, nobody's gotten one yet.
Please work.
We're working on it. But I've had a chance to play
That's
one.
what that shameless plug was about.
I've had a chance to play one. Anybody else had a chance to play one over at the GameStop?
You gotta play one?
GameStop has one out. That you
I'm
can
going to
play.
GameStop later today.
So I've played with it a little bit.
That's
Can I
not
put in
3D.
my own game? Because I want to see how Majora's Mask
No,
goes.
but they had Majora's Mask in it.
Okay, good.
So,
really?
Yeah.
Sweet. Smart marketing.
Still didn't love the 3D.
Is it still not great?
It's still, yeah, it's nice. I can move my head to the side.
But it still
But
hurts your
It
head.
still
doesn't it?
hurs your head.
The 3D doesn't hurt my head. I don't know what.
Do you have the 3D all the way on though?
I did in that.
You just barely push it over
barely.
the button, just barely, and it works perfect.
Unless
Unless your eyes are like right here on your head.
but
You don't.
it still felt a little weird to me.
Didn't
But that's
flow
just
as
me.
well.
I don't like the 3D anyway.
That's
so
why you have a 2DS.
That's why I have a 2DS, and I wish they'd come out with a new 2DS with the C-Stick, and that's what I'd like to see eventually. But I do like the C-Stick. I thought that was cool. But what really bothers me about the 3DS and what I want to get your guys' opinion on is the feeling that I think games are going to be exclusive for the new 3DS, forcing you to eventually get the new 3DS.
Yeah.
And what do you think about that? What are your feelings about exclusivity when it comes to the 3DS?
One of the problems I have is I don't want to, you got to save up for a little bit, put it aside each month, whatever, to get it. I don't want to, do that and then buy it, and then just like I did with my regular 3DS, have them say like a year and a half later, oh, by the way, we got a new one and we're making games exclusively for that. It's like, well, I just wasted my money then.
I feel like they've done that a lot with the 3DS though, because they came out with the 3DS,
Then the XL.
then the XL. You know, it was just.
But none of those have been exclusive games.
That's true.
They've
And
all
you
been
can still play
compatible
your
with
3DS, and you can,
And one thing with this is they're all backwards compatible too.
That is nice, and I like that Nintendo does the backwards compatibility. Props to Nintendo there.
Is the new 3DS backwards compatible?
That's what I don't know. Does anybody know
Because the thing is I would think it would be,
It is.
considering
I'm
the
pretty
fact
sure
that
it
they
is.
made Majora's Mask 4.
It is. I'm pretty sure it is. But what I don't like is they're saying that in the future there will be exclusive only new 3DS because you have to have the C stick. You have to have
Right.
the other game, the other
Man,
buttons.
if only
on the
we
top
had
to
something
play.
called the internet to look up whether it is backwards compatible or
It
not.
is backwards
backwards
compatible.
But I
Why
meant
are you
my
all saying that?
but I meant my backwards compatible as well. Still play regular DS games.
That's what I want to know.
All the
I'm
way back to
assuming
the
it will.
regular, I would assume it would.
Because the 3DS
assuming
does.
it
It's the
I'm-
same slot.
Cartridge should still.
I think it does. I haven't looked in to see if it plays the old the old DS standard DS games.
Yeah, but
But I just don't personally. I feel like it's too soon after the 3DS launch to make something that's going to have exclusive
I don't know.
DS.
3DS has been around for
The
like
3DS
4
has
years
been
now.
around for like 4 or 5 years now.
Not 5. We only came out like 6 years ago. 7.
I just feel like it's too soon. I just feel like I don't.
I feel like a console's life should be longer than 4 years.
True.
Yeah.
True. Before it becomes exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the Xbox 360's been around for like 10, 11 years, and they're still making these for that. Or like 9. It's been around for
It's
2005.
been a while for
5. It's been 10
2005, so
years.
It's been 10 years.
I agree with that. I like how long the Xbox 360
It's lasted.
has lasted, and they're still making games for it. I think that's fantastic. I felt like the Wii was the same way. I mean, granted, it's been around for quite some time, but I feel like games died off as soon as the news broke on the Wii U.
Mhm.
They just, it was like you couldn't get a new Wii game anymore. It was developers bailed, and
Plus, I don't like how, some people still can't afford to buy the Wii U, and right when the Wii U came out, they disabled the network services on the old Wii.
I know, that was
So now
ridiculous.
you
You can't play online.
Yeah, you can't even play with your friends anymore.
On your old Pokemon
Over.
games, also, you can't use Wi-Fi
Yeah.
on them either. Use the Wi-Fi trading systems because, you
Because
cheated
they were in
Pokemon,
Game
but
Boy
whatever.
Colors.
but
No, not like that old. Like, in, like, Gen 4 games,
I feel like
you can't GTS.
I feel like,
Oh.
and we all love Nintendo,
Yeah,
but I feel like they kill the old system
Way too fast.
way too fast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've touched the Nintendo Wii in a year. Really, I mean,
new.
there's nothing. I'm not going to go buy a Wii U yet. Still not going to for a little bit. But there's just not a point yet.
Here's the thing, until you get enough money to buy the Wii U, chances are there's probably already going to be a new console underway.
It's how much trading value can I get? Not even that much anymore
For Wii, no.
For the Wii.
For a Wii,
It's
no.
not even it's barely even $100.
Remember when the Wii first launched and people were like scrambling to get them and stuff?
Yeah, it was because it was like the new technology.
It was like it was the first thing to have motion controls. No, they had a PS Play, a PlayStation. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, so
I
Wii
played
was
a
the
bunch of
first
games on
one to do it right.
Yeah.
Because,
Well,
I mean...
And their motion control was by far the best.
And then Wii Motion Plus
Even
comes
still,
out. And
Even still,
It still kicks Kinect's butt.
it does.
Yeah.
It's better
Oh,
than
yeah.
Kinect. It's better than the PlayStation little wand, magic wand.
Oh, you mean the Wiimote ripoff?
Yeah, complete straight up
oh, yeah.
with the glowing magic wand.
Mhm.
It was a Wiimote with a light bulb on
They
it.
have a Harry Potter game for that.
Ding!
It's like, seriously.
It's better.
Their
Connect
PlayStation
Kinect
was like,
is
I
cool.
got an idea.
I mean, Kinect is cool, not having to have a controller,
Yeah.
but it doesn't work
You have to sync in
perfect. You have
perfect
to-
with it.
I mean, it
It
has to
doesn't
be
work.
perfect.
You have to
be,
set it up with your room. You have to make it so that
You have to be a certain amount away, but you can't be too far away. You can't be too close. You got to be like right there. Then if
plus
you're right
you
there,
have to have a big
Though I will say that I love when they film you on the
Doing
it's
stupid
creepy,
stuff.
but then they play back the video of how stupid you look,
Mhm.
and you're like, "Oh man, I just played that game, didn't
The
I?"
thing is-
and you get a little shame.
The thing that I think is kind of dumb is how you need a big space for the Kinect.
Yeah.
So, like, if you don't have a big living room, then you're kind of limited on what you can do.
It's like, guess what? I'm not rich.
You could still be lazy with the Wii.
Yes, you could.
Because you could still bowl sitting down or laying down. You didn't have to be moving around the room.
Who lays down to play the Wii?
Tennis.
Who lays down to play anything?
Are you serious?
You could play tennis and ping pong and all the different games just by sitting in a chair. You didn't have to get up.
I know that they were like, yeah, it's like super active. It'll make all our kids healthy. By the way, all of our games just require you to swing your hand back and forth.
Which is good for the old people because we really had success in old folks' homes.
It really did. It was a good
It
concept
really
for the old
did. It
folks'
was
home.
great for the old people to play bowling in their walker.
So I was playing Call of Duty. I was playing Call of Duty. No, my
Plus,
grandpa.
nothing's funnier than watching an old lady play Mario Kart. Hilarious.
Does she use the same language as AJ?
Sometimes.
I know. So I was actually thinking about this the other day. I was wondering, do old people like do they have stuff against Call of Duty? Like, do they get PTSD? And then my grandpa came over as I was playing World at War, and because he was in the war, and he goes, dude. I was like, what? He's like, there's a Nazi over there. You missed him. So I shot him, and he goes, shoot him again.
So, all right. Anyway, the exclusivity.
We were talking about old people. My grandpa's old.
No, I know. And this is gone.
Like my mom's old.
But it just killed. The Wii got killed early.
JK, heart you, mom.
Are you afraid? How long do you think you've got left with your old 3DS before it?
How long do you think I have?
Probably like
How long do you think you have before you have to get a new 3DS?
6 months.
I'm
to a year.
excited to get a new DS so that I can breed on 2 different Pokemon games at the same time.
You're hoping you have enough money to do that, though.
I should. I just, won't
The nice thing about the
do
3DS
pay
is
self-bills.
it's not super expensive. I mean,
It's not.
No.
what is it? What
It's
is it?
$200, which is the same
$199.
price the 3DS was when I bought it.
How much can you get it for a trade-in on the current 3DS?
Slightly less than 100. It was 100 if you pre-ordered, but I think the price dropped since that deal. Because
But if
Well,
you
that's
trade in, you can't. They made it so you can port over almost everything, I think.
Yeah, you can.
That's not too terribly bad then.
No.
If they had the Majora's Mask new 3DS, I'd totally go get one like right now. But they don't. They sold out. I hate everything.
All right. Well, they
Should've
hate
bought
you. So, all right, here we go. Last. How long have we been going? We probably have to wrap it up. All right, that's it. That's it for this week. And
Please put the right sound effect this time.
I'm working on it. And any questions, guys? Any comments you want to add before we go?
Watch out for GBA.
Yeah, be
And
sure
our
to
March
look at that
Madness.
And
to
March
look at
Madness.
All right,
Blake's gonna win.
that's it for us this week. See ya.